And then you're gonna be mad at what hip now? You're gonna be mad at this and that. Let me tell you something. Like, oh, nobody has the talent to put this shit together to say what anyone really needs to hear or what's actually going on and make it all make sense. You think that I think I'm that fucking talented? You think that I give a shit that much that I have to go there and give him that type of performance when it had nothing to do with that? But that's literally how dumb shit the world is, that you can't even talk about why rap has to be evil or why all music has to be evil. In order for anybody to do anything, it has to be inherently corrupted. Bruh, that's you. You're blue ass in the fucking system. That's you. You buy an album, buy a t-shirt. Who the fuck are you? Where are you coming from? You ever written a song before? Go write a song, bruh. I don't care what you wrote, like happy birthday to you. You go sing a song. You ever sing a song? Go live. Because then by the end of it, like, whoever the hell knows that they have to do something with all this bullshit, that's the motherfucker's asses on the line. Go look at them. They all fucking demons, son. And then when you see like a thug angel or some shit, I'm just going to describe it because I want you to pretend for all intents and purposes that he doesn't exist. Because my mission was so different. You never going to hear about me or my other dimension or what the fuck I was really doing during all that. As an adult, I might tell some young OGs and all that bullshit. But as I become an older man, I ain't going to tell you shit until it starts to click in your mind and made sense. The millennium was here. Techno raps was here like 4,000 years ago, and we've been partying since Egypt anyway. But we got to go and explain this shit like it didn't just occur to them that a thug agent could have never told you that because he might have got shot over it. So it will never occur to you. So that's some bullshit. So he was fighting other niggas, black on black crime. Oh, that was some bullshit. That didn't occur to you. All right, well, let's tell you the other joint. He wasn't killed by another lady because they weren't just better rappers and in some kind of a feud about being better rappers. Every rapper is a better rapper to themselves. Every rapper is a better rapper. Okay, end of story. So they probably weren't feuding over that. So by the end of it, it's not even a skit drawn out like Playtimes where they must quarrel. Do you quarrel, sir? Do you quarrel, sir? It wasn't even as respectful as dignitation. It's some dignity. What the fuck? It wasn't even that. So by the end of it, I still look at it, you blue piece of shit, and you know it. And it doesn't even fucking matter. And I'm not sitting there thinking I'm the only rapper that ever put some fucking shit together that made sense. But it's too easy to sell your demonic ass and your demonic penis than it is for me to sit there and tell you exactly why real people all got horns. And I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. Because if you gonna buy out to your own fucking slavery, then it doesn't look like the country that it was written to be. And it will never be that way. And to people that you may have a problem with all the motherfucking time and hate, and you try to put them at the war pillage, never fucking forget that they denied you too, and they know it for a fact. And all they do is sit there and buck and protest, and they fucking disagree, and they will never, ever, ever concede to you and your bullshit. So by the end of it, you like that war, you like that ultimate answer, but all that so you can sell a sin? All of that so you can sell it. And that's how greedy you are. Think about it, bro. I need to buy some gold shoes, right? And then, like, you know, I'm a breakdown admit I'm a culture person, so you know I bought some gold shoes. But, you know, and then I went and got my nails done as a man, you know, but I try to keep it masculine and shit. And my hoodie is slammed like that. And, you know, I did buy a car, like the 22's a little bit big, you know, but I slammed it and, like, you know, faggot. And you know the last thing that I fucking hate is all these other people that claim they're fans of your work, claim they're fan of your intellect and logic, all sit there and go through the same fucking process, even want to think with you and shit, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, but you can see it in life even when they don't. Like, how are you gonna hate me? Then want to be with me, learn something from me, try to trash me, not get the opportunity that you seeked in trying to trash me, and then realize how much freer it is to not be with you. Then go back to trying to harass me like you had an argument with me, pinning it off like you're trying to war with somebody else to forget the argument that you embarrassed yourself about trying to get at me about something that I don't fucking owe you. And then lastly, turning back on yourself and realizing that you can't even accept accept your fucking self for the mistake that you fucking made, and then you want to qualify yourself with my level of fucking dignity, but you have no idea where I'm talking about or the other place that I'm pointing to that might be a better place to go, then why it seems like the concept of heaven to you or eyes on the prize or a piece of fucking gold. And it's easier than explaining to you how fucking lost you must be to hate me for some shit that I will never fucking owe you for. I didn't ask you to steal a piece of my heart and try to use it on the fucking world, and then you dumb enough to come back and act angry at me and then try to cover it up with another argument with somebody else. And guess what? Go look at it. Go look at music. Go look at rap, you dumb motherfucker. Why do they argue so much? Cover that demonic ass, dog. Go ahead, because every time I ever spit as a demonic rapper, it might sound like the best bullshit you ever heard in the world, but there's a reason people don't do it, because you realize all of them are truly fucking demons, and every time you do a strap of good in the world, they want to argue, and the arguing makes more money than the actual music. You will never have profits of music. Listen, the last few good artists that you had that were soulful and good enough to actually fucking embrace, and none of them were even in rap, that you could actually embrace, were like damn near Jewel. They're so fucking gone that you can't really comprehend them, because that's how foolish and disgusting the world actually is, that they have to believe in that kind of profit for the sake of the shame of their fucking lives. They buying the shame of their fucking lives over what actually is worth life. And then they want to go and act like they gambled me in an argument to hear this kind of speech. Why would you want to hear your insult? It's like you like hearing artists spit in your fucking face because they don't say anything but what's coming from the gut as starvation, and you only crave that shit because it's their fucking suffering. So don't ever try to convince me of shit, even when I told you some prophetic shit. What does profit look like? What is the go look at what profit looks like. Go look at what profiteering looks like. Go look up the word profit. And then how long is it going to take you to get to what modern day profit is? Okay, then go through all that. Because as soon as you're done with your Fifth Element little motherfucking montage and shit about what is war good for and what is a profit anyway, you didn't go through any religious experience through all that? So we all doing this bare feet, ugly ass walking shit for you all to make some fucking money off of what true suffering is, what true nirvana is. Like, bruh, work or shut the fuck up, because I don't owe you a fucking hustle. Never have and never will. And all the hustles that I did give people were like only cutaway passageways through how hard some people work to get through this shit, to learn that. And it's just easier for you to take some bread while you can for not lying to yourself. But if you wasn't lying to yourself, I have no reason to lie to you. So in worst case scenario, you get caught up in another dimension where you're not going to get another answer, because I'm not likely going to be there again. All of us working too hard for me to come back there and be like, oh, that person was a fuck up because they took the information out of context and used it for something else. It's not even like that. It's just like you're a blue piece of shit. So you went back to Auto Blue and you started trying to process how to sell my shit like it was some bullshit to deal with you. Nah, you were supposed to go and do your fucking job for it, and then you were free and clear from that part of your assignment. The rest of the things that you declare to how you gonna go and be blue and shit isn't how you gonna gain a profit in life. And don't even lie to yourself. Go bother a bunch of people in life. There's a lot of shit people don't want to buy because it's not real music. They don't want to buy that car because it's not a real car. They don't want to buy that kind of food or those kind of objects because it doesn't belong to society and life that made all those things. Even as confused as they are, when you confuse them like that, because all of them want to quickly go back to work and ignore your ass and don't have time for your bullshit, they start doing anything that they can do that they remember that is hate-filled just to get you to hate them enough so that they can go back to work and do their own thing and not talk to you or deal with you. That's what they do, and they trash society. We're not even talking about my behavior that encourages. We're talking about, like, because I don't have that book, so oh well. But when it comes to society and their responses to these things, they do not want to talk to you. They middle-class hard workers. They lower-class hard workers. Everybody else got shit to do. And all you do is spew all this trash and junk because you feel like the world wronged you, but they didn't have time to give you an answer because because you was stupid enough to continue their bullshit, and it's almost easier to watch them argue and hustle over protecting an answer that will never make sense to any innocent true soul that had to walk all those paths and put all their hard work and trust in any of those fucking paths. And all it is like rape chamber to rape chamber, waiting for motherfuckers to decide your fate for only putting your honest value heart into this. And that's not how they made it, because they made it on blackmail, or they made it up on gambling some other game, or they made it up on fucking hustling people that were stupid enough. So there is no honest answer. So if they see you get a hard, true, earned angel answer from heaven of doing the crafting purity, they are going to hate you because there is no way out for them. They can't come up with an excuse when the acclamation comes, and then they decide what Armageddon is, and then you come out with another motherfucking giant rapper who says every peaceful virtue they ever heard of. Guess why you don't remember that? Because it never fucking happened. Well, guess why you don't remember that music? Because they died off really quickly. They all OD'd for some fucking reason. And even if it wasn't natural causes, they all OD'd for some fucking reason. But by the end of it, like, where do you think you're gonna go with any of this shit when I literally just fucking told you? That's how horseshit, disgusting, demonic, evil, unprofitable, disgusting ass shit, unmortal to life, that this shit does not belong to any of us in totality or immortality or anything as or above or beyond, does not belong to us. You were going the wrong fucking direction. You are a blue piece of shit. And believe it or fucking not, I say this because there's a lot of things that I don't need to do for you. There's a lot of rap songs that don't need to exist. There's a lot of music that generally existed from my heart and will never be on the fabric of time and space because of the fact that I repeatedly deleted it and watched it reappear in my computer in later years on a brand new computer. The song just reappeared like God didn't want me to fucking delete it. Let me tell you something about life. It knows it too, and it's fucking disgusting. And I don't even accept it either. And I don't accept how many angels I have cheating to pass me a motherfucking way in this fucking world, because it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. It's not that they cheated to preserve life. It's the fact that they're so disgusting that life has to take care of itself. If you've ever been so poor, so hungry, so starving, hated the world so much for how hard you work, and watch life work to preserve itself, to give you the fucking nourishment to keep your stupid, starving ass, unagreeable, never fucking ever agree with those fucking people type of person, you will not concede, and I will not concede type of motherfucker, and watch life pull up the best of its scrounge and rinds to give you something to walk down that motherfucking street. You will hate them forever too, because every time I motherfucking see it, it's just another little piece of motherfucking shit that you made the world trash and throw away, and it tried to bring it back up like 20 years later like a little fucking kid, and you made the fucking devil and the demon agree again to fucking delete it and go back to spitting iron tooth motherfucking totality, fucking gangster rap, street raptures on the motherfucking corner like they never gonna pop out of whatever the fuck a pill is just to sell you a fucking 6 o'clock because you can't fuck straight after work because you're a tired dog piece of shit that keeps fighting for the wrong fucking thing. Fuck you, that's why. Fuck you, that's why. You blue piece of shit, fuck you, that's why. Like, when are you gonna wake the fuck up? Like, dog, it's almost like Survival Island where everyone, get the fuck off my voice, you bitch ass nigga. Oh yeah, you bitch. And who's gonna survive this? Because all of us have to figure out who the loser is today and who's gonna pretend to be the fucking loser while this dumb motherfucker tries to pretend that his life is supposed to be more important than all of us. Why is that almost what everyone else does who actually builds cool things and does art? Like, secretly, behind all closed doors, the reason they think that they get rich or do all this stuff is because they literally ignore this. Cater to them, cater to themselves, cater to everyone. Have enough time for a loser ass person that we tried to treat like a fucking king, and then you had the nerve to try to get your dick sucked in front of us when we didn't even owe you anything. So when it came back to the whole fucking point, you missed out on what the real truth is. So how the fuck can I even explain, like, hustling or doing any really good job to you or bringing you back anything that's fucking cool? Because you're too busy trying to destroy it just to live as Captain Cool for 5 seconds when I don't even owe you that. I don't owe you being king. I owe you a better world. I owe you some cool ass art. I owe you what I starved and fought for. I don't owe you why I suffer or how dumb you have to be to only go for my suffering, or why the fuck that if you that dumb that you only setting yourself up to get more suffering. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And logistically, all of it can be explained, but we too busy hustling to explain it to you. Or most of them know the same false prophecy, but they actually go with it. Like, why was the underground so good at everything, but we never actually go up? Laziness, this, that, all the strife and shit. Sometimes I used to believe that. Then I got older and I started realizing something. I don't need to be there, and I don't really like any of them because they still in the same hustle mentality that they closing the door behind them when they do success, because there is nothing that I owe them about how often a motherfucker can't break on you and tell you the truth about, like, you think that that's all from how I gamble them or how stupid they are. It's not even just that. It's most of it is from how the hell am I going to pay you back for a lifestyle that doesn't exist, or it's only fun for a temporary amount of time when you can go live? Now, if that isn't true, then I wasn't being true to why I was an artist. So guess what? I'm always going to be a piss poor starving artist, and I'm going to have to fucking accept that. And even if I do get successful, what am I going to do? End up like MC Hammer, or just try to throw the best party that I can so that people can find the value in what my art actually was or what music actually was? Now, if you as dumb as anything I just didn't say to you, then leave me alone about why suffering is a lot better than you or being cool with you, because I just don't owe you. And why the underground rappers are so insanely good and everyone's afraid to talk about getting butchered or won't even front on them or doesn't even want to know about it, because we would slaughter you, son. Everything we say, everything we know, everything that we enshrined ourselves to, all the reasons that we are not fucking successful and why we're not with you is why you never gamble your dice on playing with the devil on the fucking underground. Double Dutch ain't two snake eyes overriding you, and you know you ain't gambling shit with both of us. So go to hell. Can't buy how ugly you are. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You can't buy how ugly you are? Then go settle down with someone. Go get something real then. Maybe you dream it a little bit too high, or maybe you're not even worried about what you're supposed to worry about. Because if your ugly ass isn't built for anything like I thought I was or I felt like I was, then what did I do? I went and got good at something else. I went and tried to be a gymnast. I went and tried to be a better forest ranger. I went and tried to like go do something with my life. Okay, so you run out of pussy, or you're just ugly, or there's just nothing in the world that really means anything unless you like just working hard by yourself with people that you can get along with, or what life is like agreeably good about. And if you can't find that, then take your ugly ass and go do something positive. Go be constructive, because in the end, you're going to please you and not waste your time. Everything else is going to be a waste of time. It's like gambling on what you don't even work to earn for, or like even can respectfully put your own loan towards it or something. It doesn't work out. And even the credits on your reputation, what the fuck? Why would you even need a reputation? Why would you need a reputation if you're only doing good building? You wouldn't need any of this shit. It's a fucking lie. It's all trash. And then, like, why? Because it could obligate my commercial, but why would you need that unless you were the devil? Like, if I really put down all of this real judgment, it's not to constrict your life. It's just like, logically, who the fuck do you work for? What are you doing? Think about it every single step of the way. You as soon as you get to the first problem, like why you're not born and able to walk out into the street and go get a life in an apartment and do some stuff, and just like, oh, the population limit, the food limit. You know what? Why can't you do that? Go think about it. Think about how many things are literally in your way of just that when you can do something like that, but then also what it takes to do something like that and how it rewards the community so that you actually have time to live and what they call an existence. So most of that's a lie. So why live in the lie and keep burying yourself in that how rich you have to be fucking successful about, well, some dumb lies. You're not gonna get her. She's probably a prostitute. The car isn't built for that many mileages, so you probably gonna want a different one, and you probably gonna want one that you didn't pay so much for anyways to hold for so long. Maybe it's a short-term thing. You ever think about how many of us are just ugly and won't even be doing much of that? Maybe you just go live. Even when they said I was good looking, I still started to realize, man, I'm ugly. I don't need any stretch. I just need to go get better at everything else instead of being this kind of a fucking disgusting sucker. Like, go enjoy life. Go do something valuable, like to yourself. To yourself, not anybody else, because you're never gonna be able to buy love and respect or hard work. Like, how do you buy hard work? And that's all that it is. Even when you know how to do that, even like, I bought an expensive car for a reason, or I went and did all these things for a fucking reason, or some guy tried to use his fucking voice so he doesn't even care and kept giving you the wisdom. And then we went back to the same fucking construction and understood you can't buy hard work because you're not gonna get anything that you really worked hard for. It's going to be a bunch of trash that they convinced you of, or you knew the real value of it and it still wasn't a full-on investment. And what are you going to do? Just invest in stealing time from other people that had to? In the end, like, the only people that are gods that are left over in this new world is fucking farmers. And that's about the only people that deserve anything I can give them. And it's like beg, borrow, steal. Like, you know what? And then when you get in trouble for it, it's like you want an answer. You made a mistake. You wasn't supposed to use other technique that somebody else defeated the purpose of in order to employ their actual application. Then I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you no secret answer. You like fucked yourself over. You should mind your own fucking business was the answer. That was the answer. And the nerve of it to like get caught and then to fucking come steal from it. You don't even get Indian Poker Head, the motherfucking game, or whatever. You don't even get that. You don't even get that. And that was polite. All that shit was polite. And then by the end of it, you come to me and you like trying to be two-faced and shit. And how the hell you gonna smuggle my intellectual property and then not even know the password, the way in, the way out, or what you even fucking doing? And it's like, you know what's weird? The things that you want to remember that I did that are so stupid and disgusting that you only could do in those fates. So only you remember me in those fates and in those determinations. So when it comes down to it, you showing me your two-faced side about something that I didn't owe you in that dimension because of your fucking mistake. After a while, I wasn't the bearing of your fucking sin. So you're going to have to realize you stuck there. So you don't need to ask me no fucking questions. I'm not your fucking spiritual guide anymore. I wasn't there for you for all that. I'm not the devil's fucking advocate for you. I never played it. You got stuck. And then you wanted to continue with somebody else's password that you figured out from somewhere else. And I couldn't give that to you because I wouldn't give you their mistake. So I had nothing good to say, so I didn't say it. That's how that went. So you can say whatever the fuck you want, and just because a smart person won't help you, what? Then crying like a little bitch doesn't work. Begging doesn't work. Threatening doesn't work. And then fucking applying power barely works. Of course I don't fucking owe you. And even though I was gonna die over it, I'm not gonna tell you shit, because all it does is affect time and space anything. And that would, on the basic principle, that would make me a fucking rat. So I don't owe you. And it's better not to fucking rat, because all you are is a stupid motherfucker anyways. And every time a stupid motherfucker gets a little bit of power, money, or intellect, they always treat the world like a tool or shit, because they don't know what to do with life, because they're not supposed to have any of those things that they didn't fucking earn in the first place. Oh, it makes sense because it makes sense, because who the fuck would do anything else with any of the power, money, or respect about anything that they earn in life? So you can't figure out the password. Maybe you didn't work. Maybe you didn't do your motherfucking thing. Maybe this isn't even my full real voice, because you like being a little bitch and an arrogant motherfucker where you don't even understand the person's position, because that's how much dick you suck in order to try to understand something that does not belong to you, like life, time, space, reality. You failed reality. I have nothing spiritual to say to you. Guess what? On your side of things, go to jail. You begged, borrowed, and steal too much, or you tried to lie to the whole fucking world to the point where they only can believe you if you were in fucking jail, because you had to do something politically corrupt to get your motherfucking power or to do your motherfucking thing. That's why no one trusts you on the inside of your bullshit and what the real system is to you all. Go live a spiritual life. Maybe you wouldn't have that motherfucking problem. And then what, you gonna punish somebody for having this freedom of speech to tell you how fucking stupid you are? And that's the only thing left over, is tell you how fucking stupid you are. Eat up somebody else's fucking voice because you don't even want to think for yourself, bitch. So you think you're a genius to bring me all your problems and your mistakes and then try to force me to wear it for your self-esteem. But did you ever realize that I wouldn't help you because you had some mistakes, or you brought them to me on purpose? And even if you brought me a clean slate, you got your answer. So, and then you want to bully me for an answer, and there's no answer, because why would I respond to a bully and it would still have been a mistake for you to do that? Like, what are you, dumb? Did you go get your ass kicked in every fucking dimension? Because I don't even fucking owe you. If you're a blue piece of shit, you a blue piece of shit. Couldn't help you. Go to jail. That's your all's answer. You took too much time up for your bullshit, and then they had to take time from you or give you time. That's the end of it. I don't owe you any red philosophy. You too stupid for them. Get the fuck out. Sometimes it's just that simple of an answer. Get the fuck out. And I know some of that don't make sense and some of that shouldn't make sense. But what the fuck are you gonna get fucked over about when, if you really had to look at it in a red way, you shouldn't be in jail for the shit that you in jail for. You in the jail for wasting your time and other people's fucking time and shit. I don't even think time is the right thing to fucking serve. Cause like, why are most of them in there and know better than what life is actually worth? And they don't even care about being in jail because they know already that they can get a better answer from life itself while they in fucking jail. And some of them know they praying to a god or a religion, but they're really getting answers from life that are more valuable and palatable to where they going and what they really doing with their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, people go to jail like they going to fucking college, so it's not like I owe them anything, but just for the consideration of understanding certain things in the fucking world about ghetto life, black culture, or rap, or anything about music. Because like, even when it comes to like surviving hip-hop and some crazy ass shit, you still look at music and you be like, this is the same piff that I will always be suffering, no matter what genre of music I do, no matter how talented I get, and no matter how much I love and crave the world for a better place that it's supposed to exist. And I know that is proof because I keep getting back from the world that it doesn't really exist in the parts that act like it exists for me. It's so sad to cry and cherish over what they know I have to give, what I want to give, what I want it to be about, why I know it'll always be worth no money, and why the answer is more important than like, how the fuck am I really gonna hustle this? Because it's not a hustle. And like, sometimes you gotta remind yourself, because like, growing up in rap psychologically for spitting and like, just, you know, all intents and purposes rap, there is a certain amount of thing where like, how am I gonna hustle this? What am I really selling? And after a while, you like, you break down, you realize everything that I am as an artist, I will never be a hustler. I will never be able to hustle this shit. All the shit I hard worked, won, all the spiritual freestyles on my own with people where shit came out of my mouth that sounded beyond life itself, all of that shit that may not even have belonged to me that way. Now I know it was mine, but because that's happened to other children of rap and shit, but it's still when it, like, you know, where you spit some other shit and it was just like, man, OG helped you because he gave a shit type of thing. But like, it made sense. Some of this shit doesn't even belong to the world because all of us had to build this motherfucking engine and throw away beautiful ass parts to a car that might not exist. It's not like we were thinking about Tesla 50 years ago in that way. Now we have a Tesla. It's not like I was sitting there like, oh, the pistons will be replaced by a form of static hairs laying across the film circuit that turn into this thing that they call electricity that will surge through a battery and run through some fucking wires and turn this vehicle's turbine. No, of course I wasn't thinking that. Of course rap wasn't thinking any of that. All I'm saying is that we threw away all that shit for, sometimes I don't even fucking know. I'm not on that side of the debate, but it's still like they threw that to have a vehicle, to have some rap, to have some spit, to have something. And if you were earth ground, underground, like real spitter, hip hop artist that is forced to say rap, because I grew up on rap side. I can't just be like, oh, I was always hip hop. There was times where I was definitely supposed to be against hip hop, but you know, whatever. I have to give these intuitives because I've come along enough in the journey to be like, you don't take it serious. I gotta tell you how serious some of this shit is when it comes to perspectiveness on life values and what these things determined out, and why rap looks like shit right now, but you know, or music looks like shit right now, and why there is no every once in a while turning at the edge, because nobody wants to. We got to that fucking table and it's time to break up to a new level, but we still have to answer to the fact that like, oh, I didn't mention high society. So high society will always have to believe in profit, or they gonna be the same kids that don't believe in money and think that it comes from a magical land where it grows on trees and shit. So I'm gonna have to be that. Luckily for me, being poor and black was easy to accept as not having anything in life but to be piss poor and have no motherfucking virtues, or to be what they know is poor and piss poor, which includes the piss, because you wouldn't know what the poor is if you just only pissing that fucking much, because that's all you got fucking left is some urine. Now, I don't know how to explain all that shit, but I can be satisfied with some things because of the things that I've gotten from this thing that we call rap, or this thing that we call hip hop, or these things that we call freestyles that aren't even freestyles. It's like new modern, it's like the discovery and intervention of the eclipse of an epiphany and a giant fathom and shit. Like, I'm getting that. I don't get what other people get from rap. I'm on the other side of that shit. So as much as I love them and crave, like, let's take good care of our dogs. I love how big the pit bulls get. The car looks great. All that shit. As much as I can be proud of that, there'll always be a forsaken part of me on, like, you know, I gotta go back to Mexican dad and I gotta go back to old school white dad and be like, how come there's no rust on the car? How come you didn't fix that with Bondo? Why did you do this just giant thing on it? Why did you replace the car at all? I thought you had that thing for like 5 years. You could keep it a little long. You know, I'm gonna have to be that motherfucker. You know, that's just what it is. Like, I like it better that way because, like, what I got, I can't return back to sender and be like, oh, that wasn't good enough. Fuck you. There's no way I could ever say that. So for what rap had to shed to be able to succeed, I can't argue with. But the stupid fucking decisions that lay in reality, truly in reality, are some dumb shit I gotta argue with, because by the end of it, like, you want to know why you don't feel good, or why you not with me, or why none of this shit seems like a parallel to what reality actually is or what life is. Let me explain something to you. You so in the wrong direction about life, about lifestyle, about civilization, about a lot of economics, that I can't even say anything. But like, I saw some green shit. It looked pretty good. Vegan might not be as much suffering for some reason. And then the motherfucking, the Tesla looks all right. That's what I got to say to you. Can you believe that? Let's say I saw 5,000 years of history. Let's say I lived 300 years or some shit, and without some extra slavery that I walked away from or some shit. Let's say I saw that much. That's what I got to say to you. Isn't that crazy, bro? Or like, they still like breakdancing, so that's what we do and blah, blah, blah. But by the end of it, the point would be, at least for me, that like, if you think I can translate all that into a fucking hustle, or why I would ever even talk to you or take you serious or be real with you, or why the underground doesn't tame to maintain them, then go fuck yourself. Because a lot of people want to go to the underground and get their motherfucking ass kicked by other rappers that are way, way beyond what they're talking about, just to see rap do something. It's like, I don't owe you, because you're on the same demonic shit where you're trying to gamble the money for everything that I got, that I couldn't forsake and I couldn't deny and I couldn't argue. There is no fines and restitution for being that kind of a criminal. There's nothing for that. Can't do nothing about that. And that's why you just cannot sell a hustle, because it's not a hustle. It's just not a fucking hustle anymore. Or you need to think that way, because you got to know anybody else that was hustling may somewhere along the line ain't telling you the truth, that they believed in it, they loved it, or they glamorized it to a point where it only made sense, to the point where it was one of their value systems and their philosophies. Now, this isn't so much as about money, other than that money is a dead call to see how easy how all of them can panhandle out of that fucking philosophy, because like, we just don't really want to be with that. So like, underground will always be what it is. Now, why we don't want to be famous with them, or why I won't give them the cut of any fucking respect. I earned everything. I spit hard as fuck, and I don't need any of them outside of checkpoint from where they needed to go and duel me or have something to say to the world. Because a lot of them even want to go to the underground to say their shit to the world, like they're trying to talk to the world to talk to the underground. Why the fuck are you basing your decision on the underground? You already did your dirty. You already sold out. You already did all that, and no one ever explains it to you, because why should you live suffering and then try to change your ways and be our religion? Well, rap is a religion all of a sudden. Oh, well, you didn't know that before you got here? Oh, well, motherfucker. Well, guess what? I didn't have a way of explaining those freestyles. Fuck lucrative, bruh. My feet hurt, and this cologne it doesn't even sell except for 2 flavors if it ain't even garbage. And some of that shit I want to call hot sauce and put it on food. Hey, that's you gonna have to go collect some other profit, because like, if you gonna spit hard, you gonna spit hard. Otherwise, like, who the fuck gives a shit? Because that's how I started. So what am I gonna do? Lie to you? I didn't want to just be the giantest, craziest rapper ever. And then even after you get good at everything, you master the codes of all your own personal shit, and you do good, you still realize that like, everything I can't argue with was better than what I know to compete for myself for, and all it did was make me a better rapper from compensating everything I didn't fucking have to fight harder, and then I'm supposed to make that a hustle? You a fucking idiot. If you ever actually heard anything I've ever said off the record, you a fucking idiot. And the stuff that I put on the fucking record that's like, oh, well, maybe they not even anywhere near what you talking about. The value of it is not even what I'm trying to increase. All I'm saying is that rap is not dead. It's still out there. It still doesn't like you. It's still on the underground, and it's still going to be pinned to pay me, or you're going to have to get it at the fucking checkpoint. Because I don't honestly owe you or any of them a motherfucking thing about why every once in a while you have over to $400 billion, $200 billion. Oh, no, $400 million. $200 million, and then like a few billion and shit, and like I'm supposed to scrap out like what I'm actually working on, what I'm spitting about, to a level that will never really complete why the dog is so hungry. Because after all, even if I never told you and I never like gave you the profit of suffering, which there's no profit of, or go review profiting again. But anyway, in the modern day times, they call it profiteering. So by the end of it, even if I couldn't give you that and didn't want to, you still have to look at the whole fucking world and realize you dead in the water and all you can do is make me feel about it. But if I ever like, and you see how fast I'm a sloppy, deranged, like fun ass motherfucker that doesn't need it like hard focused or anything. But then they always want you to be so serious. And then when you start pointing at flags and then they gotta go man up on your checkpoints, now everybody want to go and like, concede that rap ain't so serious. Get the fuck out of here. We're not even talking about your life is online. We're talking about like you want to see me eat carnivorously and shit. How come you don't want to go to the now I'm not talking about one of those ones where they set you up on non-neutral territories. You gotta go to their neighborhood and everybody gonna hate you anyways. I'm not talking about that kind of bullshit. I'm talking about you saw where I did something good enough for them to have some kind of fun and not be completely deranged from my performance and realizing how evil life actually is. And then I could actually duel you about something that you could consider something even tangible to this reality. And you don't want to go there because I'm just going to pop flags on you and you're going to have to go see me at the next checkpoint. Because once you challenge me to that kind of motherfucking thing, it's not that I'm taking your tour from you. It's that I'm an underground rapper and you think you can take advantage of that. The things that I don't do, the things that I don't say, the places I don't go pay people to prospect. Oh, because the word isn't prospect. Yes, it's still real. Yes, it's still on the underground. And yes, you always make me feel like the other P word. So I don't owe you. And when you try to serve me and shit, and you mad at the underground because they won't dangle their penis in front of you and tell you that the world drips gold and shit, just because of that, you think that I won't let you go there and try me and then pop them flat? Because I'm not entertaining people either. The underground don't like being tamed. We don't like dealing with you, or we don't even care. But even when you got one of those rappers that will fight you at every cause and will never fucking concede to shit, oh well, you don't sign me, you stay the fuck away from me, or you pop me at the place you're supposed to pop me at, or stop running your fucking mouth about shit you don't understand to see if you can get a little bit of it to cut your cheddar before I go and print out my new Blu-ray DVD collection box set for only for $500 and shit. You try so hard to emulate that fucking feeling that you really you don't even care. You waiting to subpoena them motherfuckers to court to get the backstory for some shit that don't barely exist, other than that you probably started that bullshit for nothing. So fight for something real. And if that's what the underground is worth to you, then yes, rap is a religion. I got nothing to say to you. Pray to somebody else, or get in line with the rest of us and know what it's really about, and then concede to the things that mean more than why the fuck you would think I'd have to honor a fake ass world, or why the fuck nobody ever spits shit. They don't spit about nothing, not even a cut of truth in it. And every time that is some dime ass fucking truth, it's like some shit that like we trying to sell on the curb of the motherfucking car. Why the fuck would I care? Why the fuck would I care? That's not what I'm betting on in life. So by the end of it, like, and since when have you heard of them? There's only one rapper that doesn't rap about it, and there's only another rapper that doesn't rap about it. And then you want to know why you never heard of anything else and blah blah blah. Duh. We not into it. Yeah, but you selling that a contract at a time. So like you got to get away with something for a year. Some people are doing that, and it looks like the world, and we just don't owe you. And so just for other people to, we're not talking about for other people to understand that shit, then know what you really living in life and stop asking, because the underground still exists and we still will fucking torment you. We won't even write an album for you. We won't even cut a CD for you. We won't even cut you a fucking sample to see where your attack came from. You're not gonna know how evil the fucking thing was. You're just gonna remember the freestyle of death because it still exists to commit you to what your real fines and restitutions are. You don't owe death row. You all roll them niggas back where they can't have the fucking nigga that caps like me. And I hate you in society because I always have to go easy on you. Because everybody else is going to pretend that they don't understand why they're sold out of their own life. Because it doesn't even fucking exist. And the worst part is that we sold out of a life that we made up because it doesn't even fucking exist. Because it doesn't even fucking exist. So what is it really going to be? You can't run out of fake things. And you can't even run out of fake money. But you can run out of lies and then go hunt on the underground for some truth and then try to come back with a horizon that doesn't make sense to me. Why you think no other rappers rap that way? Why do you think they don't give you a cut of nothing? We got to cut up flags into pieces and let you go and try to get us at the fucking flag and see what's up. Because we're not even talking about no beef. We're talking about straight up, I will not print a disc for you. I will not fucking write any of that shit for you because I'm not talking to you. I'm not working for you. You trying to put me in positions of being at odds with arguments that you can't commit to other than being rich, and they gon' win about that, but you're not gonna win anything else, dog. Rap is rap. You can have money. You can win all that bullshit. You can get any award that you want. Rap is rap. And you act like you don't know because that's what everyone else does. Rap is rap. It's still there on the underground. It's still a trap to anybody that doesn't know what the fuck life is. And if you're never going to wake up to it, we never going to be the artist making that kind of money, and we never going to give a shit because you're going to have to go back somewhere else to pick up your reality when you get bored and hungry and mother isn't going to feed you that. And then you want his temper in the fight like he does. And why is he so mad at the world? And then when you get a 6-hour or 4-hour fucking freestyle of what's wrong with the fucking world, you feel so morally corrupt and decayed that people don't even want to listen to it. They just want to like find a place to not live and die in the matter that reality is so gifted that it doesn't even matter because you work your ass off to give it to nobody so that you can keep it for what it really fucking means. Or you find that out because you know, because you was in tandem already, so I can't say shit to you. But there is no Bible for this because we bleeding over it. Or it's as good as what I don't say to you to trash you, because if it was all trash, we wouldn't have to walk around in that shit. So you don't talk to me the fuck about it. And you don't talk about infinite torture, wisdom, chi. You don't talk to me about all that infancy because it is true. It never ends. And you always on the other side of the fucking bait. And no matter how many flags you try to come and pop, and no matter what, even when I change modes and you hate how many masks I can actually wear to keep my composure, you wouldn't dare ask me why I wouldn't tell you to torment and to tease them with the same face that they torment with. With you, it's unlimited bitches. With me, it's unlimited bitch. But you got to have it down to the last drop. Even when they say that they love me or pretend that they do, I know already it's just like, if I could just skim a little bit, and if I could just skim a little bit and then go back on tour, like that's next month. Like what? The fuck? You're so corrupt. It's not even funny how much people like have to shed their fucking entirety of life to compose or exist in what life is. For you to even understand how disgusting some things are that nobody wants to hear anybody freestyle. When's the last time you heard somebody freestyle? Go ask yourself. Freestyles used to be mean everything you didn't even know, like when you were a virgin and you didn't know what a freestyle is because you don't, and you still don't. You haven't heard of a good freestyle in like 60 years. Like no bullshit. It was like 2 lifetimes before me. That's how dead the streets is to be awoke within them without having to pay them back for everything that they got. Don't talk about sin with us because that's all you talk about. And it's like you want to talk about, oh, like maybe there's no angels of rap. Maybe you should kiss the ass and listen. You're creating the matters because the value in it is disgrace because they need it. Because you need it. How's paradise going to exist if you're still trying to hustle me and there's no hustle there? It's a free road. That's what they call a lifestyle. It's a free road. There is no hustle in it. So how are you going to understand it? How am I going to make ends meet to you? And it's not about me getting rich, but how the hell are you going to really understand what I'm going for if you just going to think I'm crazy and all I'm going to do is drain a label? You know my type. I'll drain the shit out your ass. I'll drain you. You're gonna have so many commissions to do something, but you're never gonna understand why the other rapper is just supporting other rappers. And then you do whatever the launch field is. But I don't think you really want a party in the woods. I don't think you want a rap hip hoppy or hippie hop. I don't think you want any of that. So even if that was the case, I still would go work on it, dump the money into it, and let the world become a new, better fucking place. But you're gonna sit there and lie to yourself. Nigga, we need a break from y'all. And the worst part is that we need a break for another fucking reason too. And like they put up a bunch of crap rappers and we supposed to listen through them like they supposed to be human beings and shit. And like you couldn't find a human being, me neither. I got the fuck out of there. And like being crappy at rap doesn't mean that you're a good human being because you stepped up and did the accommodation for garbage in a garbage ass world and didn't attempt to change it. Anyways, just don't fucking worry about it. Like I'll do my own posters and stickers and shit, and like you're gonna be seeing another rapper with some bogus ass stickers selling skateboards or some shit in the middle of the fucking off the railroad track selling old ass band shredded t-shirts and shit. You gonna deal with what you gonna deal with, but you don't put my odds for success up if you know all of them flags can be easily terminated. So whenever you get to that point with the underground, be careful, because these other rappers that you think don't exist could just pop up and just start snatching flags and just be like, fuck that, it's a robbery. It's a robbery, because if you looking to rob the underground, it's a robbery too, motherfucker. Because maybe they're not as old as I am. Maybe they didn't see a bunch of shit that I saw. Maybe nobody crafted them anything beautiful. I don't know. But by the end of it, if you want to make you want to be a disc jockey and wait until we gonna pump you at some other spot, we will take everything you have in literal, because we're already infinite. That's why you don't talk to the underground. That's why we don't like you. That's why even if I was piss poor on the side of the street, you can suck my toes, because that's about all you gonna get. Is I don't fucking owe you your blue bullshit. And then by the end of it, you help them grind me from nothing to get an answer from the omen of what rap is. I don't owe you anything. I owe you. Even all the other thugs don't owe you a fucking thing. They probably shot your ass. Probably why you had to blame other blacks. Or whatever. Not that it's a white problem, but whoever the man is at business at hand, we don't owe you. So after a while, like you sending those type of artists after me, isn't that unnegotiable to me? It's like a dead end. I'm full of dead ends. I've come from dead ends. I'm born from dead ends. I'm reborn in dead ends. You are fucking trying to fight the wrong demigod of rap. I have every fucking lesson. You put your bullshit away. You check that shit at the door. Because if you talking about, oh, rap wants to be a stronger, better pedigree pet like it used to be, I'm always gonna come out of the woods and be like, oh, dude, I got some dog food. I got some meat. Hey, bro, they went over there. They doing all right. I'll be the first one up online. But if you talking about everybody's got to get a gold chain and go suck this other dude's cock because it's gonna make more business for everybody to keep spitting the same old boring shit, and like all we're gonna talk about is pussy, then fuck you. I don't care about, oh, I wrote some pussy songs, but whenever I wrote a pussy song, no one ever realized what accidentally happened. People would end the song and they would be like, go back and review a few years later, and they'd be like, Jesus Christ, he didn't even talk about anything in the song. It had nothing to do with pussy. It was a complete entendre. I hate those songs. And after a while, you'll notice that like all the stuff that I hate is done so perfectly. Like, people are like, hey, that was a fun, fruity ass song. Yeah, fuck yeah, I didn't want to rap about it. But to think that the underground is dead, and we're not talking about like, people's ego and shit. We're talking about like it gets to a boiling point where people are like, dude, what's with rap and blah, blah. Or then they get really depressed because they feel like that's the limit of rap. And like, we're nowhere near them, and they're nowhere. They were like, we almost like, even for underground rappers who will not make it that way or whatever, or like look like our lives are shit, that we will never be on that team. So it's just kind of funny that like we could be living with our baby's mama out half of like 75% of the time, like out in the street hustling, and we will never admit how stupid some of them look when they start barking at us about what rap is not able to do or can commit to. So I find it funny. But like when people get that depressed and then some of the bigger ones start, we're not talking about anything in particular, but when they start like almost starting to concede, we're not talking about that. Well, they're starting to concede to like what their feelings are about rap is like gonna die, other than the few people that did actually try to save us, like really tried to save us and shit. but like but like almost waiting around to see if it's okay to go back to being greedy and see if you can try to like pincer people and buy some of their other authorishes from them and shit is the dumbest playbook rule ever. So just a warning about how cheesy some stuff can get is almost a ploy that like if you this dumb that the commercial works that well, then hell yeah, I don't owe you shit. And when it comes up to, I'm not talking about like this like, oh, we gonna buy a assy ass like, you know, titty Cadillac. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like if you really think it's so boldly basic and cheesy and fun that like I can't go and just like make sure that the whole thing is derailed and destroyed and oblivioned and shit, then you out of your fucking mind. Because I loved rap that much. I loved rap that much that it would be easy for me to just kind of like push a few buttons on the thing and then just watch it like decay away like some kind of cancer that no one is willing to cure, or like everybody has AIDS but it's uncurable type of fucking bullshit. So don't look greedy, because all the same spider webs and traps are out there, and all I gotta do is post up in a few places, and that's your ass. Because then after that, there's certain things that I can say you not coming back from, even if we on the underground. You're not gonna want to hear that little weird ass mixtape A-track bullshit that was recorded in the fucking thrift shop while he was walking past, going to a beach that nobody knows lives at, in case the tractor runs him over and kills him and shit, type of shit. That could be the album that kills you and collects the whole game. So remember that when you all get greedy, when people are just trying to motherfucking do their thing. There's a lot of underground rappers that I'm like, I don't even really want to go if the other one doesn't, because I liked his demonic raps too, and it was kind of cool. So why are they treating him like he's like, you know, lower middle class rapper when he's a really good rapper and shit, and he worked hard? I'm one of those type of rappers. So you fuck around too much with people, I'll come out of nowhere and I'll bite the shit out your ass. I'll bite you. We've been waiting for years. There's still 4 to like, you know what, 4 to like 7 or 8 places that still don't even have all the rappers that we wanted up in those areas that do spit efficiently, but they're just not dumb enough to spit everything that's coherently wrong with rap, and that's the only thing that's wrong with it. The neighborhood was nice. It was like, you know, mildly ghetto in all the ways that we expect the place to be a play ball park place for all of our types, even the ghetto ones. There was nothing wrong with their financial situation in a way that we would have to like declare them free from slavery, because we'd have to work so hard to convince the authorities in that area that we are not a fucking worth a police state of what our real protest on life is. We don't have any of those problems. They're just solid, good rappers that come from real hood places that do have brotherly love, that do give a shit about each other. But for some technical reason, we not doing enough shit. And when you go back and look at it, my main point too is still like, you a bunch of fucking demons. Because, like, nobody could ever just, like, give you a good motherfucking time, or even provide you with the raps that are on the edge. The raps that actually fucking scare you. And it's crazy because all of them are humble boys and understand rap from the beginning into the end, know where we're going, love all the stuff. Not sure why nobody breaks, but we're all sworn to this weird ass hip hop Costa Nostra shit that nobody needs to break what they already laid, that they want the money. Who the fuck is gonna argue with that? You take the money then, but don't come try to break the underground's back because you got, you know, rich enough. And it's funny because I can only describe it in such an American way of just being like, bruh, what do you think? We'll fucking destroy you. We don't care. Like, we are very fucking vindictive as shit. Like, we will take your fucking whole career, and you got, like, bruh, most of us in 45 seconds or less than a minute could take the top 10 or the top 20 rappers' careers off of what we know, say, and truly believe in life. So don't get depressed about it. It's not like a beef like how they trying to sell Satan because somebody else is in trouble. So if you two argue, they won't notice that we tried to make Frankenstein have an erect penis and walk past them. So if you two are arguing, they won't really care. What the fuck? That's what rap is. Go look at politics. Go look at music. That's all that it is. Every time you see them get the commotion and make money like that, that's what that is. And that's what rap is? Fuck you. I'll never work for that rap. And I know I sound mad as fuck, but what really provoked, I'm just a fiery person. But what, and a Looney Tunes crazy ass fiery person, you know, laugh, cry, go hysterical type of person. And I'm talking about every 5 seconds type of dementia, like weird, like Fosterian shit. So it's terrible, it's sad, love people and all that stuff. But what's more important? No, it's not gonna ever really be a hustle because you enjoying the experience. Number two, what the fuck is left over for me to say in a world that when they have that type of attitude, they're never going to be something I work with. But more importantly than, yeah, because they just covering up shit and they helping them out. Like, I don't know whose lives they saving, but like, those are all people that are rich enough to pay and deny the allegations. So that's high society, I guess. I'm not a high society rapper, never have and never will be. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I will never try to save them. And any rapper that ever saved them is not on my list for surviving the next 50 years of rap. They're not on my list for that. By the end of that, you will be decommissioned, deauthorized, destroyed, taken apart, unauthorized. We will throw you all away like old trash. Because like, as soon as you figure out what real rap is, when you do, because sometimes all of us, the club of boys that doesn't even talk to each other spiritually already knows, like, I'll do it when he does it because I want to make it with the team and shit. We just have that attitude. It's just something that the underground decides. But truly, besides all this bullshit, like all this strong, like real prophetization about what the fuck I really feel about rap and its holy roots and shit, isn't just some beef. It's like literally like, how dare you question what rap is doing? We are down here, you know, still coal mining the best of the diamonds and shit, and we don't tell anybody. Yes, there's still Keebler Elf somewhere getting high on pot and like asking bad crap pot questions to Pop the Leprechaun for not getting his back. Where's my payday? Yes, we're still here, we're still there, we're still random, we're still gonna be rapping for 4 or 5 hours in a closet by ourselves, crying to other people's poetry and kicking ourselves in the genitals for not going to English 101 and then dropping out or some shit. Like, we're still very much underground rap. We're still very much alive. We still very much love the world in a different way. And they won't know that opportunity because of like the few formalities that they will not make ends meet to deal with us philosophically. We are rap's children that did not deviate from the original slander and the original vandalism and the original ethics, style, glamour, and constitution that has provided us with the same hip hop flows or stance that we've always fucking had. We will always be those prodigal children. We grew up and didn't say anything because it can't commit to us. Like, that bitch just cannot be with us. She is a whore or a hoe or whatever the fuck. I ain't hating, but like the way our digital, our lives are digitalized, it don't look like the rap that you want and need is ever gonna come. But we're still around here doing our motherfucking thing. So just don't worry about it. Just to say to people who get depressed with rap and really know that there's something sickening going on, or that the underground is starving itself enough just for a few boys, dog. Like, we literally have like maybe like 2 armfuls, like maybe less than 20 people that we want up before we even try to go for a pot. It's weird, but yes, we are actually literally spiritually embodying what we already understand in a childlike infinity way for infinite amount of understanding and comprehension, that there is nothing to break about this code. I don't know why it is that we're going to do it, but that's just the way that it's going to be. I don't want to make it not knowing that they denied this other rapper because I was in love with him and like he spit everything I ever needed for a little while and then disappeared, and then I found out that they didn't, you know, he didn't break code either and they got rid of him, and then he went and did some other underground shit and joined in a new band, moved to another country. There's like a few of them. Like, some of them are even, some of them are left over that are truly American and all that shit too. But we got even an international rap Olympic team that sits there behind the cloth like the motherfucking, like the Akatsuki and shit, and we like over there like, you know, Senjugo and Team Hebe or whatever the fuck. We literally can operate like that, and we literally minding our own business because we don't give a shit about what you have to offer, any of us. We do love rap, and there's just no way to concede that. Like, it's just as simple as you terminated a lot of good rappers. while we were growing up for your thug ass or mediated or let's say what is that called? Put it this way, for your mediocrity and your bullshit to sell shit, and you deleted some of the best philosophical rappers in the world from history, and we will never forgive you for that, and we will never care. It's not even that bad. It's just one of them things where, like, I'm not coming back unless you bring back a few other ones. I'm not gonna go get them because you're trash, or like you spit something about gold that wasn't true, or it's that bad, son. And there's only like less than 20 of us left. Some of them even moved to another countries and still keep spitting American shit. Like, we just done with some of that shit. Or you lay out a few prophecies that can belong to the underground of rap, and we'll bring you back a cult rap and let you all go have some fun too. But like, just don't bother us about why you all have to go get collected for more than your money, because sometimes I don't owe you what you think I think about money. But what I'm doing next month isn't your year tour. Get tired of that bullshit. I'm not gonna be jumping on that fucking bandwagon. And I know I'll pop your flags easier than you can pop mine. You just used to a lot of stupid new people going into the industry and won't just duck you out and wait at the proper spot to catch you on something you were afraid of, like a real freestyle that no one's heard in 60 years. Like, you're not shocked by freestyles anymore or their levels of talent because they're actually not saying anything. They're just coddling their fucking money in front of you or coddling a lifestyle that will never belong to us. It's not like rap was like happy to like bust that dude in his neck, hop over the motherfucking fence and then run away because that dude insulted somebody else that he was with, added the disrespect for what they did to the community by not supporting the store and letting the store be boycotted by the same people who wouldn't be busted by people who would let them run their mouth like that. But if it was their own kid that they assaulted at the motherfucking store, it would have been, what did they fucking do? And then when you find out that, you would have agreed that we hit him anyway. Well, if you can't support it, oh well, we don't owe you. It's not about getting away with crimes. It's the sheer level of disrespect of what you got to do to commute or commit yourself to that kind of shit in life, to be so disrespectful that no one can get their hard-earned honor or respect for the work that they do versus what people like to do just to punk each other for 5 minutes to see what it was like to run their disco. They were like, well, fuck, right? And then you gonna let them sell all your shit and then like drain you of what rap really is? Or why didn't you just get back to what rap really is? Because everybody that sounds like they never fell off and kept rapping like monsters, we all know a secret. You don't like hearing from the underground for some reason, because literally none of that shit's there. And even when we know how to sell it, we not the type of people to sell ourselves because we know what we're doing. We literally love rap. Technically, it's rap. Technically, it's rap. You hear me? Like, technically, it's rap. We like rap. We don't know how to sell that we like rap, okay? But even when we know how to sell, it's like, I'm not gonna sell my dick dripping gold or some dumbass line that I would never use. What I know to give you for my success, put it this way, it's so stupid that it's trivial, and it's so trivial that I don't wish to remember it because it's stupid. That's how bad it is. So after a while, I'm like, nah, I don't work for you. I don't work for them. And after I went through a process of elimination, the other people you got rid of, why rap doesn't even have a history anymore. Like, you sold yourself into slavery. And like, by the end of it, I worked myself out of slavery. And then you want an answer from me, and I can't tell you that. It's like somebody gave me some tablets, and if I wrote you down the rules, you'd be so angry and depressed that you don't go to church. Fuck it, it's self-evident. And even if they forgot where to go get any of it, it's still like, why the fuck would I replenish them when like you did that shit to yourself? You can't remember because you had to. You had to for whatever you thought that was going to get you. But then when you can't hire the best rappers anymore, and you can't find us, and you can't collect all of us, and we're all sitting there refusing to talk to each other because we know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get one of us to be separated from each other's rooms and then see if you can break us into spitting like you all. And we're very talented. Fake rap jingles with their voices do exist, by the way. With their fake voices do exist, by the way. We're very talented. And so that's not the fucking problem. It's just really that, like, you know, you don't know how to sell it. We know how to sell it. No, I don't need to sell myself to do that. I know that people prefer that because they know it's coming from such a good, humbling, strong place that it's weird not to sell yourself, but just not into it. And then when it comes down to like a bunch of enjoyment of really enjoying rap, I'm not saying that I'm ugly or anything, but I'm just saying like really enjoying rap or whatever the fuck, like you're going to enjoy why you technically listen to rap. Like you don't listen to like, oh, why he spent it on not securing that state because that state had its own security, because you're not supposed to do that for some normal reason. Anyway, So no, anyways, long story short, rap, underground rap and rap still exists. It's not dying again or anything like that. The only reason I'm commenting on that is just because of that. Yes, the all the prevalent politics that weren't discussed then and aren't discussed now still do exist. We still sitting here hashing over the same broken records of why we just don't like you or why we don't rap with pop culture or mainstream rap. And all the same reasons that we let you deny only us about success so that you could have success, because it didn't make sense to compete at a level where everything is humbly strong and free to understand how unhappy a place it could be to know that all you got out of it was fucking money. Yeah, but when you actually know that and when you actually are a good rapper, you do things when you're a good rapper to convey things to them or to be empathetic with what life is. And then by the end of it, if I can't do that and all I do is make them feel like they're dying or trying to figure out what he psychologically means, it might be good, it might be thrilling and all, but it's not like you're going to go see the movie that feels like an adventure or anything. You know what I mean? Right. So by the end of it, it's not depressing or anything. I'm a good rapper in my own way, but just for people thinking the underground is dead, don't be so sad, because sometimes I notice that even when I'm not paying attention to it and it's being busy with a bunch of shit that it's just trying to coast and shit and nobody really wants anything, like don't be afraid, because it's not gone. There's still a bunch of rap out there that can shock you and make you believe that there's still 8 more levels to Dante's Inferno and shit. There's still all that kind of shit out there. It's crazy. And like, just because I know, it's not like I go around collecting this informally. It's because I do collect this shit informally, because like you go out and all those concepts that become so wild, there's only like 20 of us, dog. There's like less than 20 of us. Like, I've checked some of the worlds, I checked some resources, there's only like less than 20 of us, and some of them moved to other countries. There's a lot of like sad stories that I won't be going back to, but I still agree with the other boys. Secretly, it looks like none of them want to come out from the underground either, because they won't like really put out one bread of philosophy for us that means that, like, you know, besides liking the other rapper that doesn't talk about pussy or money, like, you know, that's about it. They wouldn't even put out our plate. So at least we got one plate and we're kind of satisfied. But then some of the other plates that they wouldn't put out like that kind of food for us, then fuck them. They're not going to get the dogs they're looking for. But it's not like the type of food that you expect. It's just like, you know, rap can rap. Rap knows how to have a good time. Rap knows how to use its hat. It knows how to buck. It knows how to like motherfucking use its hips. It knows how to dance. It knows how to boogie. It knows how to talk shit. It ain't always ugly and trying to make some stupid ass fucking money off of people, but that their rap still exists.